Empire's SMP Season 2 and Afterlife SMP are connected. Seriously, stick with me and let me explain how. Sandwiched between the two seasons of Empires, the Afterlife survival server was founded by Dang That's a Long Name on March 4th, 2022. The server made use of the Origins mod created by Apace100 that was originally popularized through series such as the Origins SMP, a server founded by Dream SMP players such as Tommy Innit and Welbersuit. The mod currently offers about 30 different character races that a player can assume, giving them epic superpowers based on the background they received, along with a weakness or two to go with it. Although similar in premise to the Origins SMP, the Afterlife SMP came with a twist. As with the other life-themed series in the past such as X-Life, Double Life, and Last Life, dying on the server had major consequences. Each player received 10 lives at the start of the series, and if a player lost all their lives, then they were out. You could find almost every Empire's SMP player on the server. The only Empire's players that could not be found on the server included Pearlescent Moon, Pixel Rip's False Symmetry, making it nearly impossible for there not to be at least some sort of connection between the two series. So how could a series so different from Empire's actually be highly connected? Well, thanks to theories created by Reddit users the_second_tree and Potato in a Pot 1, along with my own research, I think we can see a pieced together story being told across Empire Season 1, the Afterlife SMP, and Empire Season 2, with a timeline that goes in that order. Our story begins with Pearlescent Moon from Season 1 on the Empire's SMP. After founding her agricultural empire, later named Guild Helianthia, on the server, Pearl fell into an alliance with Lord Sausage of Mythland early into the season, which makes perfect sense because Pearl and Sausage are good friends in the real world. Among the emperors on the server, Pearl was one of the bravest. After corruption began spreading to every empire on the server, Pearl faced off against Zornoth all by herself without showing even the slightest sign of fear. She was also an important aid in bringing Lord Sausage back to the light side after he had become possessed by Zornoth, and played a major role in sealing Zornoth away with the help of Scott, Wizard Gem, and Catherine Elizabeth. A brief era of peace followed Zornoth's sealing, but all this ended when Jimmy and Fwip mixed salmon and cod together in the Gremlin's Forge to form a new codfather head, overloading the reactor, which left Pearl's empire in flames. As she was connected to the magic of her farmlands, Pearlescent Moon withered away after her empire fell, leaving Lord Sausage unable to save her with his magic. By the time Season 2 came around, Pearlescent Moon was nowhere to be found within the world of empires, but now we think we might have an idea of where she ended up. Fast forward to Mythical Sausage's series on the Afterlife SMP. While Pearlescent Moon was not a member on the server, Sausage made several references to her throughout his own series. For example, after taking on the Elytran origin, Mythical Sausage became Angel Sausage and built the Church of Saint Pearl, where he dedicated his life in service of Pearlescent Moon. After being resurrected by Saint Pearl at the end of his series, Angel Sausage slayed Grim Reaper Joey with a Dullahan origin with a sword blessed in her name. Finally, after slaying Joey, Angel Sausage returned to the Church of Saint Pearl, and while being serenaded by Ollie with the song Hallelujah, he ascended to the heavens to live out the rest of his days with Saint Pearl. But could this Saint Pearl be one and the same with the Emperor of Gilded Helianthia from the previous season of Empires? As the theory goes, after Farmer Pearl withered away at the end of Empire Season 1, she ascended to godhood because of her heart of gold for those in need. We know that, at least according to Scott of Rivendell's backstory in Season 1, nearly every god from the Empire's world, excluding the Great Stags, fell into a deep slumber following their collective banishment over corruption that had been destroying the world. With the old gods lost to time, perhaps the Empire's world needed new champions to ascend the divinity to take their place and fulfill the duties of the gods. We'd like to think that Pearl was one of the humans chosen to become a god, and this could also be true for Smallish Beans, who was also a human until he took a dip in the Fountain of Strength and became the god of the sky. Getting back into the main theory, Pearl must have created the Afterlife server as a place where the emperors of Season 1 would go to when they died, which makes sense because nearly every member from Season 1, excluding Pixel Pixelriffs and Pearlescent Moon herself made an appearance on the server. If this is true, this means that the Afterlife SMP is exactly what it says it is, an afterlife. It was not until nearly every player lost all 10 of their lives on Afterlife did the New Empires series begin, which leaves us to believe that maybe, just maybe, after losing all their lives, each Empire's player was reincarnated in the Empire's world as their new character. Later on, we get another glimpse of the goddess Saint Pearl from The Orion Sound's first video on the Empire server. Ollie's journey on Empires begins with his time on the Afterlife server, where, after leaving for about 3 months, he returned to the server just to learn that all of his friends, including Angel Sausage, had died. Taking on the Elytran origin himself, Ollie flew into the heavens where he met with the goddess Pearlescent Moon. Ollie pleaded for Pearl to bring Sausage back to life, but she claimed that she could not allow this because Sausage was sleeping. Pearl cast Ollie from the heavens, and when he fell back to the ground, he had fallen into the Empire's world for Season 2. After settling in the land of Ollie Polygo, Ollie took several journeys in the Empire's world before players had even arrived on the server. After vowing to take up a new quest, Ollie battled the Ender Dragon in this Minecraft world, and when it had finally been slain, he entered the portal back to the overworld. After sitting through the entirety of Minecraft's end poem and credits, Ollie returned to his Minecraft world, only to discover that months had passed since he had defeated the dragon. On top of this, the Empire Season 2 players had populated his world for quite some time. Strangely, Ollie recognized the Empire's player from the Afterlife SMP, but they didn't seem to recognize him back. Ollie would go on to be captured by Fwip, the cave goblin, and he remained caged up in the goblins for several weeks. Here he continues after Mythical Sausage discovered the Mother of Sunflowers statue in Pixelriff's Empire in episode 14 of his series. After descending into some mysterious catacombs in search of Pixelriffs, Sausage stumbled across a strange mural of Pearl painted upon the wall. Even stranger, Mythical Sausage discovered a tombstone dedicated to himself and a note that read, "Grant their next life a bountiful harvest." It seems to me that after Lord Sausage passed away following Season 1, he was buried in this tomb and prophesied to serve the goddess Pearlescent Moon the next time he reincarnated. Sausage then receives a vision of Pearlescent Moon from Season 1 of Empires, where the once great friends practiced combat together in an arena in preparation to face down Zana. The most recent connection to the Afterlife SMP reveals itself in Mythical Sausage's 14th episode. After discovering Ollie injured on the shoreline just outside of the sanctuary, Sausage led him to the safety of his empire to help him recover. Ollie described how he was attacked by a pirate, causing him to wash ashore in the condition he was in. After leading Ollie to a bedroom, Mythical Sausage received another vision, this time to his life on the Afterlife SMP. Once again, donning his wings and angel persona from the previous season, Mythical Sausage appeared in front of the Church of St. Pearl. Hearing the song Hallelujah playing inside the church, Sausage made his way inside to discover Ollie playing the keyboard. Suddenly, Sausage's vision faded, and he was back in the real world. Later in this episode, Sausage hints that his character's former kingdom, the one that fell in the Great Purge, used to have a church dedicated to St. Pearl, and it seems like Sausage plans to add one to the sanctuary sometime soon. Don't forget to subscribe! Bye!